The satellite footage was impossible to explain. At 11:47 p.m., a small auto shop in Nevada registered an energy signature equivalent to a nuclear reactor. At 11:52 p.m., that same building simply vanished from every surveillance system on Earth. "General, we have a situation," the analyst's voice cracked over the secure line. "The beautiful mechanic we've been monitoring for 3 years just made herself invisible to our entire global network. And, sir, she's taken something with her that could rewrite the laws of physics." But let's go back to 6 hours earlier, when the most dangerous woman on Earth was still pretending to be just another pretty face under a car hood. The Lamborghini that pulled into Murphy's auto shop wasn't really a Lamborghini. The billionaire who stepped out wasn't really a billionaire. And the stunning woman in coveralls who emerged to greet him? She definitely wasn't just a mechanic. Because here's what the fake billionaire didn't know. Here's what would make this story classified at levels that officially don't exist. The woman he was about to test wasn't hiding from 3 governments. She was hunting them. The smoking engine wasn't broken. It was scanning her. And the beautiful mechanic everyone underestimated? She'd been waiting 3 years for someone exactly like him to walk through her door. Sofia Martinez wasn't running from danger. She was the danger. And in exactly 6 hours, she would prove that sometimes the most devastating weapons come disguised as the most innocent faces. Because when you're building technology that could either save humanity or end it, the last thing you want is for the wrong people to find you. Unless, of course, you're ready for war. Welcome to Quiet Tales Studio. Before we dive into the story of hidden genius and deadly innovation, tell me in the comments where you're watching from today. And if you believe stories like this deserve to be heard, hit that subscribe button and help us share these incredible tales. The Billionaire's Test. Marcus Chen wasn't just another rich customer. As CEO of quantum computing giant Neurotech, he was one of the most powerful men in Silicon Valley. His companies had government contracts worth billions. The Lamborghini wasn't really broken. It was a test. "I heard you're good with complicated machinery," Marcus said, studying Sofia's reaction. "My associate said you might help with a specialized project." Sofia's hands never stopped moving as she checked the engine. But her mind was racing. She'd been waiting for this moment for 2 years. "Depends on the project," she said casually. Marcus pulled out a tablet showing a schematic. Sofia's breath caught. It was a propulsion design, not for cars, but for something that could fly at impossible speeds. "The Pentagon has been working on this for 5 years," Marcus said quietly. "They can't make it work. Too unstable. But I hear you have a different approach." Sofia looked up, and Marcus saw something that made him step back. Not the friendly mechanic anymore. Someone else entirely. "Where did you get this?" she asked, steel in her voice. "That's not important. What's important is whether you can build it." Murphy's auto shop sat on the outskirts of Las Vegas, a dusty building that looked forgotten by time. Most people drove past without a second glance, which was exactly how Sofia Martinez wanted it. At 28, Sofia was stunning in a way that made grown men forget how to speak. Flowing dark hair, bright green eyes that sparkled with intelligence, and curves that her work coveralls couldn't hide. But Sofia wasn't trying to be beautiful. She was trying to be invisible. Most customers were local guys with pickup trucks. They'd find Sofia instead of the expected grizzled mechanic and their reactions were always the same: confusion, condescension, then slow realization that this woman knew more about engines than they'd forgotten. What none of them knew was that Sofia Martinez had 3 MIT degrees, had designed propulsion systems for NASA's Mars mission, and was building something in the back garage that could change human history. The auto shop was cover. The real work happened after hours. Sofia wiped her hands, calculating risks. She'd known this day would come. "I can build it," she said finally, "but first you need to tell me who you really work for." Marcus smiled, not entirely friendly. "I work for people who think America needs better technology than what the Russians and Chinese are developing." Sofia had heard enough. She reached under the workbench and pressed a hidden button. The garage doors slammed shut with a metallic clang, and overhead lights dimmed to red emergency glow. "You made a mistake coming here," Sofia said, suddenly looking like someone prepared for war. "Did I?" Marcus asked, hand moving toward his jacket. "Yes, because I don't work for the Pentagon. I work for NASA. And that design? It's not a propulsion system. It's a weapons platform. And you're not Marcus Chen." The man paused mid-reach. "Impressive. How did you know?" "Marcus Chen has a scar on his left hand from 2018. You don't. Marcus Chen is left-handed. You're not. And Marcus Chen would never have known about my work unless he had access to classified NASA files." "Which he doesn't." Sofia's hand rested on what looked like a tool belt, but was something more sophisticated. "So who are you really?" she asked. "And who sent you to steal my research?" With Victor unconscious and secured, Sofia opened the door to the back garage no customer had ever seen. The space was like stepping into the future. What had been Murphy's storage area was now a sophisticated engineering laboratory filled with equipment belonging in NASA's most advanced facilities. Computer monitors showed complex models. 3D printers worked on precision components. And in the center was something that looked like it had fallen from another planet. It was sleek, silver, about the size of a motorcycle, but clearly not designed for roads. The propulsion system was unlike anything in production. No visible engine, no exhaust ports, just smooth curves that seemed to bend light. This was what Victor had come to steal, the prototype for a gravitational propulsion system that could theoretically achieve near light speeds. Not a weapon, despite what Victor thought, but something far more valuable, the key to interstellar exploration. Sofia had been working on it for 3 years, since leaving NASA under circumstances that officially never happened. The government wanted to weaponize her research. She'd wanted to reach the stars. The compromise had been no compromise. She'd stolen her own work and disappeared into the Nevada desert. The fake Marcus smiled and dropped all pretense. "Victor Kozlov. I work for people who appreciate innovative engineering, regardless of which flag it flies under." "Russian intelligence," Sofia said, "among others. Your little project has attracted attention from several interested parties, the kind that comes with generous offers, or unfortunate accidents." Victor's hand emerged with a sleek pistol. "Now, Dr. Martinez, yes, we know exactly who you are. You're going to show me everything you've built." Sofia's hand moved faster than Victor expected. The device she drew looked like a modified taser, but when she fired it, Victor discovered it was something far more sophisticated. The electrical charge didn't just incapacitate him, it fried every electronic device within 10 feet including his weapon and communication equipment. Electromagnetic pulse generator, Sofia explained as Victor collapsed, twitching. I built it for disabling electronic systems. Guess what? Someone just tried to steal my work. Victor stirred as Sofia ran final diagnostics. You're making a mistake, he said groggily. Others are coming. My people know where you are. No, they don't, Sofia replied without looking up. Your tracker stopped working when I hit you with the EMP, and your backup team, they're about to have a very bad day. Explosions echoed from the main road. Victor's eyes widened. You weren't working alone, he said. Neither were you. But my backup is better. Through the window, Victor could see vehicles burning in the distance. Sofia's backup was a team of former military engineers who'd followed her from NASA, watching the shop for months. The beautiful mechanic thing was good cover, Victor admitted. That was the point. People see what they expect. A woman working on cars must be playing dress-up. A woman with advanced degrees? Impossible. She turned to face him. But here's what you didn't understand. I wasn't hiding from you. I was waiting for you. Sofia activated a communication system that wasn't standard auto shop equipment. Control, this is Phoenix. Package secure. Delivery boy contained. Request extraction. Copy, Phoenix. Transport inbound. ETA 12 minutes. Victor struggled against his restraints. Phoenix? You're military? Former Air Force. I designed propulsion systems for classified aircraft before NASA recruited me. When I left NASA, the Pentagon tried to force me back. I declined. So you stole government property and disappeared. I stole my own research and gave it back to humanity. Sofia began shutting down equipment with practiced efficiency. Your bosses made one critical error, Victor. They assumed I was hiding because I was afraid. But I wasn't hiding from them. I was preparing for them. Helicopters grew louder outside. Victor realized Sofia's auto shop had been an elaborate trap designed to draw out anyone trying to steal her research. The prototype isn't even here, is it? He asked. Sofia smiled genuinely for the first time. Oh, it's here, just not where you think. She pressed keys on her computer and the floor began to move. What Victor thought was concrete was actually an elevator platform. As it descended, he could see the real laboratory below, a facility that made the upstairs workshop look like a toy. In the center were not one prototype, but three. Welcome to the real Murphy's Auto Shop, Sofia said as armed figures entered. We've been expecting you. Epilogue. 6 months later, the first successful test of gravitational propulsion technology was announced jointly by NASA and the Department of Defense. The breakthrough would revolutionize space travel and ensure American aerospace dominance for decades. The lead scientist was identified only as Dr. S. Martinez, location classified for national security. But in a small auto shop outside Las Vegas, locals still talk about the beautiful mechanic who used to work there. How she could fix any engine, how she seemed to know more than she let on, and how she disappeared one night, leaving only a note. Thanks for the cover. The stars are calling. Murphy's Auto Shop still operates under new management. The current mechanic is a grizzled former Marine who actually looks the part. But sometimes, late at night, locals swear they see lights in the back garage and hear machinery that doesn't belong on Earth. Some secrets are too important to stay hidden forever. But sometimes, the best hiding place is in plain sight, behind the smile of someone the world underestimates. This story was brought to you by Quiet Tales Studio. Have you ever met someone who was far more than they appeared? Someone whose true capabilities were hidden behind society's assumptions? Share your story in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. If you believe stories like Sofia's deserve to be remembered, hit that subscribe button and help us share these tales of hidden genius and invisible innovation. Because at Quiet Tales Studio, we know that the most revolutionary discoveries often come from the most unexpected places. We'll see you in the next one.